Hey guys, how are you? Channel Baker here. And I'm jumping on because that painting you just saw, that was done with a private session, one-to-one, with one of my spiritual teachers. Her name is Jessie, and I'll tag her below. But I more or less I worked with her for 3 months, and this is like the watercolor painting we did at the end. And it came about because she asked me what I felt like I wanted to do for our last session. So I said, I want to get creative in a different format than my normal sessions we would have done. And outside of what I normally do, I was craving creativity. And actually, just kind of behind me, those two, I did a and Mod Podge, like glued stuff down and made a collage with her too. That's just another creative session we had. And what it is like she'll take me in a good deep meditation, and then right after she kind of like releases me to do whatever is moved to me. What did I see in my meditation? What do I need to do? What will come of it, right? So in that painting, okay, as I'm walking you through this, we have blue, and this is kind of like a purple, and then green with like orange, you could say, it kind of look orangey, and then it went down to yellow with like a pinkish red color, okay? So now that you have the visual, I had some of the chakras that came up in the meditation showed up for me. And so this is kind of like me just kind of working through it. So as I kind of sat with it, we both part, I just kind of like think about what is the name? Like, what is kind of like, is there a name of this piece? What did it mean? How did it speak to me? And I named it Back to Self. And that name came to me instantly. It wasn't like, took a long time figuring that part out. And I kind of just walked through each of the layers. So the top part was more like visions of love, speaking love to myself, loving to myself. The blue and the purple chakras are in near the top, right? The purple is the crown chakra, third eye, blue, third eye. So anyhow, the next part was the middle part, and that was going to be like green and orange. That's kind of how it worked out. And that was more like creative passion, a passion to create, was kind of like how it spoke to me in the middle part of it. The green is the heart center, and the orange is going to be sacral, lower abdomen area. Okay, anyhow, and the bottom was yellow with like a pinkish red. And yellow is solar plex, stomach area, while the red is the root of the chakras. So I'm working through this. The bottom was, I did it as foundation is lighting the fire. So that was kind of like where that came together. So like when we were just sitting with it and we're just kind of reviewing it, Jessie kind of like basically had a channeled message, and it was like giving her chills and changing her body temperature, started burning warm. It was really kind of funny to hear her work through that, because it doesn't happen very often. So basically, we literally, how the message came from the end of the session was that your foundation is lighting the fire for your passion to create your visions and languages of love to bring you back to self. So it was like the bottom up from the picture brought me back to myself. So again, I'll read it to you. Your foundation is lighting the fire for your passions to create, your visions, and languages of love to bring you back to yourself. And that's how it all came together. It's so beautiful, and I'm very thankful for Jessie. I'm going to put her information and tag her. And yeah, I just wanted to share that, and how really meditation can really lead you into being creative, and how she showed me that way of doing that and bringing me into meditation. And we went kind of deep, and it was so good. I always love her meditations. And where it took me right after, it was just like I knew I had to do those 3, the colors, how they had to be lined, and I knew there was some heart. I don't know, it just kind of came to me intuitively. So I'm sharing this because sometimes we can be not in any creative mode. We're used to our day in, day out. And for me, it was the whole showing up, producing pastries, trying to be creative, right? You can be creative all you want with pastries, but sometimes you need something different to trigger you outside of yourself. So I wanted to share that beautiful little thing. And I also did it with my nieces, and I'll show you that in the next slide. I did a color meditation with them and saw what they did, and they're younger. They're in elementary school, so let's just say that. And to see what they drew and what came through and how their pages turned out, I mean, it's just something to this, all of it. Keep open and expanding. Bye.